Without a doubt, the NFL brings in bukus of dollars, and everyone who even so much as sniffs the field while wearing a jersey for the team, is living comfortably. But how much do us little old punters make? That's a question that I, as a free agent, had asked myself, and while money should never be the sole reason you're playing the game, it is a tool used to persuade players to stay on their current team or, maybe put in a little bit more effort to get better. And before I really start off into this, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. All of this information is completely publicly available. I hope nobody thinks that I'm going through finding private records and leaking them for the public. You can look all of this stuff up yourself, but let's get into it. Let's start with just the bare bones. What's the league minimum? What's the least you can make? So let's say you are able to get on a team and play a whole season without getting cut and then never play again. In 2022, you would make No, I'm joking. $705,000 before agent fees, taxes, so on and so forth. That's not a bad starting pay. But let's say, you seem like you have a little bit of promise and they want to keep you around for a bit. The guy that I looked at for this, a good contract I think to look at, is Tommy Townsend for the Chiefs. He inked his contract in 2019 for about $2.3 million, which may sound like a lot, but when it's broken down, it's just a little bit over the league minimum every year with a $7,500 bonus. That's $7,500. Now, I don't know a lot about contracts, but I'd have to assume that's a pretty decent starting salary for a newbie punter. What about a league star, somebody who's coming out the gate swinging, doing pretty good in the modern era? Okay, let's take a look at Michael Dixon. In 2021, he signed a 4-year, $14.7 million with an M dollar contract, averaging about $3.67 million a year for the Aussie boy wonder. $7.5 million of those dollars were completely guaranteed, and when you look at his production, he definitely earns it. So that gives us a pretty good gauge of what newer punters nowadays are making, but let's look back in time to see, how some of the veterans fare in these current days. Okay, so Johnny Hekker I thought was a great place to start for this. After putting up super consistent numbers for the Rams, he was able to ink a 6-year, $18 million contract extension in 2014, and it extended it another 2 years with a whopping $8.2 million in 2017. While he's reconstructed those last 2 years a couple of times, he is still averaging around $3 million over the next 2 years, which makes him one of the highest paid punters of all time. And honestly, when you look at his performance and some of the stuff he's done over the years, nobody deserves it more than that guy. But that really made me wonder what some of the highest paid punters over the years have gotten, and I was able to go back and look and see what the boy Thomas Morstead was making. So Morstead was able to ink a 6-year, get a load of this, $21.8 million contract after having a couple of very, very good seasons early in his career. Sam Cooke, often known for being an infamous Ravens punter, signed off on a 5-year, $16.25 million contract in the NFL after being one of the most consistent punters in the league and one of the most consistent units for the Raven up to 2015. And the GOAT, Shane Leckler, signed a 4-year, $16 million contract for his efforts in Oakland. Just to show you how crazy that is, in 2018, Johnny Hekker punted 43 times. That same year, he would have a base salary of $790,000, a roster bonus of $1 million, and a restructure bonus of about $1.25 million, netting him an income of $3 million that year. So once again, ignoring agent fees and taxes, blah, 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 that means he was making $69,767 and change per punt, which in 2018 was around $6,000 more than the median income in the United States. So in about an 8-second play, he would make twice my mom's salary as a high school teacher. That is nuts. So anyway, get your kids into punting as soon as they can, and when they make the big bucks, have them check out the sponsor of today's video, Canna Dips, which is water-soluble pouches that can help you take the edge off, and they're filled with 10 milligrams of that good CBD. So whether you are just trying to kick back and relax or kick the wacky tobacco addiction, go to CannadipsCBD.com and use promo code PUNT at checkout for 20% off your order, and to help you support your favorite punting YouTube channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it as interesting as I did, and as always, have a good day, and peace.